Okay. How did the pandemic affect how you work with others?
So, moving to a new school, I was considered to be a first-year teacher. And for those of you who are not in the teaching profession, what happens is when you move to a district, you're on probation for the first 3 years. So even though I was a 20-plus year vet, as far as that district was concerned, I was probationary. So I had to do a lot of the new teacher things like that. So on our team, which was a 7th grade team, there were 4 of us. One taught social studies, one taught ELA, which is reading and writing, one taught math, and I taught science. Out of the 4, 3 of us were brand new. The social studies, science, and math, we were all brand new. The ELA, or the reading and writing teacher, was the only one who was from that school year. So that was interesting. So here we were, all on the campus, knowing no students were showing up or when they were going to show up. And we had to figure out this digital thing. Fortunately for them, I had done digital before, so I was able to help everybody kind of say, look, if your lesson looks like this, here's how you need to tweak it for a digital platform. And actually, it actually was a lot easier in terms of grading. That part of it was kind of a revelation for us, something called Google Docs. And again, if you're not into this, I'm not going to get too technical, but what it did is, so now you could put everything into a platform, look at it in mass, and then make those responses very quickly to kids. You could do it in real time. It was live. So that part of it was good. But there was a high level of stress. Again, we were new teachers in a new district trying to reach out to kids we've never met. And so we really supported each other. And I had a phenomenal team. I'll tell you, I've been doing this for over 24 years. And this was by far the best and most cohesive team I ever worked with. My math teacher had over 25 years of experience, wonderful gentleman, older gentleman. He had me by 15 years. My history or social studies teacher, she was a bit older than I was, came from the Midwest, wonderful at what she did, but she brought a different element. She was kind of that caring person, even within the middle school. You don't see that all that often. A lot of times it's people just very much into content and that's it. Our ELA person was the gentleman who had been at the school before. And I loved him because he had a very dry wit, younger guy. And so we had a nice mix. And me, I'm kind of the boisterous, energetic. I'm like the Busta Rhymes of teaching, So I'm going to bring the energy. I always tell the kids, I'll wear them out. I'm ready because I'm passionate about learning. I like science, I like math, I like reading, I like writing, but I love interacting with kids. And so the kids know that, and my energy comes through. So as a team, we worked really well. We supported each other. About a week before we started, somewhere around there, it was either a week before or a week after we started, we got some really bad news. One of the people on our team found out they had cancer. And so this person had all of a sudden now they were going to get chemo treatments and they were thinking about quitting. I said, no, absolutely not. You don't quit. We will do whatever we have to do to support you. Because that means 2 things. This person quits, not only they lose their resources, but they also going to lose their medical coverage. So we just galvanized around that person. And just a powerful, strong individual, made it all the way through the whole year, doing treatments on and off and doing whatever we had to do. But that's what I mean. Best team I've ever worked on. Just people being human beings, looking out for each other. And so the reason why I bring this up and go into so much detail about this team is because during the pandemic, a lot of people became very isolated. They kept to themselves. They stopped sharing. People were consuming a lot of content online, but nobody was interacting. This group, we picked each other up. We support each other. Everybody had a role. Again, I was kind of like the energy guy or whatever. People who know me may be surprised to hear this, but I'm an optimistic person at core. I'm a problem solver. So if I come to the meeting and tell you something's up, I got 3 or 4 ideas that I want you to use to try to solve it. So people who talk to me may think, guys, he's really analytical and he's really specific. Yeah, but that's because I'm trying to solve the problem. So that was my role. The gentleman that had been at the school before, his role is to teach us the ropes. Like, how does this school work? How does this district work? Again, then we had this powerful individual. She was she's fighting for her life and showing up every day to work. What other inspiration do you need? And then we had our sage, the older gentleman. He just had a wealth of knowledge, positive person, really strong, and became a good friend of mine. And so again, that's a big deal because I think there are people who think the pandemic was all bad. that was absolutely a shining light for me in my experience. And again, I've had a wonderful experience as an educator, but this was just one of the best experiences I had with colleagues and with working with people. I don't know that we would have had to be as close if it would have been a regular school year, though. I wonder about that. I don't know that if we would have been in our normal situations, setting up our classrooms, dealing with kids, if we would have had to support each other. So I think that's one of the positives that came out of it. There, for me, personally, there was a lot of positive that came out of the pandemic because it forced me to reflect and look at things that we took for granted. All of us. There's nobody that can say that there wasn't something that they didn't realize they took for granted when the pandemic hit. Whether it was something just as simple as, gosh, that's right, I probably shouldn't touch that. Or, gosh, I probably am too close to this person. Or, man, I need to get some better soap for washing my hands. I mean, I'm sure we all had some aha moments. So my aha moment was just finding the absolute best team I've ever worked with in my career.